Hello and welcome to the OK Football Podcast. We're back once again, going right through Series 3 now. We actually get moving along and getting episodes out, which is good. I'm Kyle Dixon, joined in the studio by the two Matts, Matt Thowney.
Good evening.
Matt Tye.
All right.
And in a special occasion, our European football correspondent with us to join us all the way from Belgium. We've got Graham Eyre on Skype.
All right.
I like Graham.
We must put out a public service announcement first. There will be some swearing in this episode.
I'll try and keep it.
How's it going out there in Belgium?
It's going pretty well, yeah. I just wish that the league was a little bit better. But what can I say? They sent Maro and Fellaini over to us.
Do you actually... What's the coverage like of the English game over there?
Depends. A lot of the Belgian pubs don't really bother with it too much, but Irish bars, lots of those.
Well, at least you're not being bored by Man United this season, I suppose. We've got a lot to get through, as per usual. We'll look back at the weekend's games, including United's 1-1 draw against Leicester. Predictions, as per usual, and Matt Thowney will always be wrong.
Excuse me, can I just point out, I went for 4-1 Palace. Only one goal.
You also said 3-1 Spurs.
Yeah, but there's a difference in my predictions too, isn't there?
At least I said a draw.
We've got financial problems in the Championship. We've got Ballon d'Or is where we're going to start. The nominations for this year's award were announced this morning. And as you would guess, there's Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar.
What a shock.
I'd say it sounds about right.
It's probably one of the worst kept secrets in football.
Yeah. So where's Jamie Vardy?
Well, you say that. I mean, like, Suarez could have easily been...
Yeah, but
it's
going to be Messi, Ronaldo plus one other.
Yeah, because
that's how
Suarez scored like we said, 122 goals in 145 games. That's phenomenal.
There's a lot of talk. A lot of people want Neymar to actually win it this year.
Oh, I do as well.
A lot of people do, because they're looking at his career record so far, and at the age of 23, Neymar scored more goals than Messi or Ronaldo did at that age. Which is quite scary to think of when you consider Messi scored goals.
The thing is that Neymar has done well this season. He done well last season. Don't get me wrong, but not.
It's his goals in Brazil that take up the record.
Yeah, exactly.
Scored ridiculous amount of goals.
Yeah, but then it's Brazil.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually,
it's Brazil. You wouldn't have said that a few years back, would you?
The national team's great still, but
none of the national team play in Brazil.
Yeah.
I think overall on a calendar year, Neymar's probably been the better, because Messi's been out injured and Ronaldo at the start of this year.
He couldn't score for anything.
He couldn't score for anything, but Neymar has been consistently doing it throughout the year. So my vote would be Neymar.
Nobody's won this competition this award apart from Lionel Messi or Ronaldo since 2007, actually.
That was Kaká
won the award. Yeah.
He was the one player to win it when them two were nominated as well.
Kaká's also said he was the last player from Earth to win it.
That's fair, actually.
Oh, his banter.
Banter level off the charts.
We might as well predict this one, actually. The award isn't announced, I believe, until January the 11th.
Yes, normally in mid-January.
But we may as well do predictions, especially while we've got Graham with us. We'll start with Graham, actually. Who's your best player in the world, I suppose?
I'd like to say Neymar, but it'll be Messi. He's just too good. No, it doesn't matter how long he's out for, he'll just come back and just be better than you.
Fair. Matt Thowney?
I'd have to agree, but then, like Graham says, Neymar... If Neymar won it, in my opinion, it would be a shock, but then when you look back on it, you would understand why he's won it. Like, he does thoroughly deserve it as well.
I'm still saying Neymar from what I mentioned a minute ago.
So 2 Neymars, 1 Messi. I'll probably go Messi myself, to be fair. I don't think it's quite Neymar's year to break the threshold.
Break the duck.
Next year might be a different year, though.
Yeah.
Might be a different story. Moving on, we'll look back at the weekend, I think. That should be near the start of the programme, I suppose, shouldn't it? And the big game was first versus second, Saturday evening kickoff.
2 teams you never thought you'd hear up there again.
Yeah, it wasn't quite first versus second by the time they kicked off. but at the start of the weekend it was. Man United versus Leicester. We may as well start with the Man United fan. Are you happy with a 1-1 draw away at Leicester?
Right now, yeah. Hell yeah.
What do you actually make of the brilliant attacking play that Van Gaal's brought in at Old Trafford?
Oh, it's just amazing. So much energy and forward passing is just great.
Rooney can't stop scoring.
Oh, he's on fire at the moment.
Martial's been best player. Memphis Depay, loads of assists.
Yeah, definitely.
But away from FIFA...
I especially enjoy the way that Marshall's been playing in position as well.
You know what's weird? Like last season, we'd have said, I mean, if we'd have looked at this season in the summer and gone, Rooney and Martial, say for example, Depay when he came in aren't scoring goals, but Phil Jones and Chris Smalling are playing brilliantly in defence. Yeah. We would have asked what we were smoking. Do you know what I mean?
I still laugh every so often now when I read that Chris Smalling's best defender in Premier League.
No.
I wouldn't say he is, but...
I don't think I could ever say Chris Smalling's the best defender in the Premier League, no matter what he does. Cause it's
right now he is.
It just feels wrong to say it.
Oh, trust me, it hurts me too.
What do you make of Jamie Vardy, guys? I know we spoke about him a lot in a couple of episodes.
Well, he's now won that, for me, he's won the right now to have a shit rest of the season and probably still be on that plane to the Euros.
Mm. And it took us 7 minutes for our first swear word.
And it wasn't Graham.
No.
I did it. It's only taken like a year and a half.
I think Vardy, I think he'll have a good end to the season, to be fair. I think he'll keep...
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's going to stop scoring now, but he'll finish on a good tally and you just see him on that plane already. He's one of the names for me.
At this point, is there much chance of him still being at Leicester next season?
I think he will be.
I can't see it.
I think it'd be difficult to get rid of him because I saw something earlier saying that Leicester want £30 million for him. Now,
they only paid $1 million for him as well.
As good as he's playing at the moment, he's not a £30 million player.
Not in anyone with logic's mind, but this is.
Well, then if you look at Man United, for instance,
and world football,
yeah,
that's. I could see Real Madrid or someone like that. If he has if he keeps it up throughout the season, I could see Real Madrid whacking 30 million at him.
Well, okay. What about this then? Last season we talked about how well Harry Kane was doing, and we all said he should stay at Tottenham, prove it for another season, then possibly leave. And he's proven it for another season. For me, if Jamie Vardy does go to a big club, he needs to do exactly that.
Oh yeah. If Vardy goes to a big club and gets games, it's great for his career. If he doesn't, he ends up like Scott Sinclair. It's a big risk. But the difference between Kane and Vardy is I think Kane was at a Tottenham side where they're one of the best teams in the country.
I've got some stats. In the whole of the Premier League last season, Jamie Vardy scored 5 goals. In 14 games, he's got 14. And
it's not just that. Jamie Vardy's 5 goals at the end of last season probably came in the last 6 or 7 games. Because he had that great run of form and kept Leicester up. Leicester, what are the chances of them keeping it up? I mean, I thought United...
What, like being in Europe?
The sky's the limit at the minute, I think.
I think they'll finish 9th. No, genuinely. Do you know the reason why? Look at the top 3. The 3 teams they faced are inside the top 7. No, 4 teams they've faced that have been inside that top 8. They've drawn or lost against all of them.
But why 9th?
Why 9th?
Why 9th in particular? 9th position.
Why 9th? Because they'll finish in the top half, but they won't get in Europe.
So you could either go on with 8th, 9th or 10th.
No, because 8th is a bit too close for me. And that's Southampton's place.
Graham's making a gesture to I think it's aimed at you.
Yes.
That sums up his opinion of...
He can think what he likes. It's a load of something that he thinks.
Probably the second most highlighted game, I guess, of the weekend was on Saturday as well. Probably Palace's 5-1 demolition.
One goal off.
You were one goal off. I'll give you that one.
Unfortunately, you were terrible with the rest.
That doesn't matter.
Before we go on to Palace and how well they're playing, can Newcastle save their season?
I feel like we did this last year.
This is coming from a Villa fan, so
I feel like we had a similar discussion last year.
we have this discussion most years, to be fair, in Newcastle, and they do pull it off. But this season, I don't know.
I think they will. I still think they will
They've
because
still got the same players as they had. A lot of them, at least.
But I'd say that's a bad thing because everyone else around them have brought in new talent, and whether they've improved, some have improved, some haven't. Villa, but Newcastle are the same team. Everyone knows how to play against them, and everyone knows how to beat them.
true. I see what you're saying there, but
But they still have good Premier League players like Tiote.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good. He's nothing amazing, but he's
There isn't that many top class players in the squad anymore, though.
Colaccini is not world class. He's not top class anymore.
Cisse's a good finisher, but everything else about his game is poor.
Yeah.
You're saying his finishing's good.
He is a good finisher on his day, but everything else.
Yeah, his day comes like once every year.
Yeah. Is this the season that maybe we see 2 or 3 big Premier League clubs, I suppose, go down?
I think
in the Newcastles, the Villas,
I think
Sunderland
2.
to a point.
I think 2.
Big.
Huh?
Chelsea too.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I mean, Bournemouth are in the bottom 3, and they'll always be around that to the end of the season, I think. But they got a great point, didn't they, on Saturday?
But we can't lose them. They're the best goal scorers in the They score the best goals.
Yeah, quality.
We can't
goals.
lose them.
And as I say, it was a quality matchup in the last 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
On Saturday. Where did that
Chris
come
Kamara
back?
was actually lost for words.
Yeah. Wow.
But just going back to Newcastle.
Unbelievable.
Thank you. But just going back to Newcastle, I don't see him staying up, especially if the rumours are true that there has been a major training ground bust-up between Colaccini, several of the other big players, and Steve McLaren. Basically him just going, you're not playing for the Premier League, you're not playing for your club. It's almost like you're just turning up, getting your paycheck and just doing sod all.
Well, you look at the analysis that Alan Shearer done on Match of the Day, which I thought was spot on. No player in that Newcastle side wants to play.
No.
Janmaat was dreadful. He had a great start to the season, and he was dreadful because I think it was Yednat Balassi. He had a shot straight into the far corner, and you watch Janmaat. He's turning away from the ball. If John Terry done that, you'd think, what the hell were you doing?
It comes down to
I
confidence.
think people have been thinking about Terry most of the season, but
Yeah, but if you put him on his heyday,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
I think it comes down to confidence in a way, because when you think of Newcastle, you've got to think they've got a 52,000 seater. That, to be fair, no matter how bad the form is, at least at the start of the game, is full every week.
First 5 minutes.
A lot of the players in that first team squad are too nervous or aren't confident enough to play in front of that many people anymore.
But they were away, and they took.
No,
the
I
lead
know. I'm not
and
saying
got
it's
destroyed.
only their own. It's only their home.
Thing
fault,
is, the
but-
first 10 minutes of that game, they were brilliant. If you look, they were actually fantastic. And then all of a sudden, something went in one of their minds and just said, "Oh yeah, we go back to the usual now."
I think Palace scored, didn't they? And then they just
started scoring the 14th minute, then 3
Yeah.
minutes later scored again.
As soon as that first goal went in, it was game over. And that's a problem with a lot of the side down at the bottom. Newcastle, Villa, Bournemouth as well have got that problem now. If they concede a goal, it's automatically game over. We can't get back.
It doesn't
into
get
this.
any easier for Newcastle. Their next game's at Liverpool.
Yeah.
And the way they're playing at the moment, you can't see
Yeah.
them even scoring.
At home to Liverpool. What are the chances of Liverpool doing what they did a couple of years ago, the 6-1 at Tyneside?
8-1, maybe.
Yeah, but the difference is that, I mean, you could say that with Bournemouth, you kind of expect them to lose a lot of these games because even Newcastle are an established Premier League side, even Villa are, as bad as they've been.
Yeah.
But
That's not even the word.
but
I hate you all.
at the same time, you expect more from Newcastle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what these players are paid. I haven't seen the contracts, but you got to imagine it's a lot of money.
I think this is the season.
And they've got a responsibility to the 52,000 angry, drunk, Geordie men that are coming to take the tops off and fight for 90 minutes.
Wow, that is very stereotypical, Graham.
But true.
It is very true. though.
True.
Yeah.
They've got that responsibility. You know, if someone's paying a lot of money to come and watch you play football,
You play football.
you've got a responsibility to do that.
I think this season's the season we see a lot of change.
Yeah.
Because as I say, you look at the table now, we've got it up in front of us. Leicester a second, you wouldn't have expected that. Palace 7th, Southampton in 10th. Yes, they had a great couple of seasons, but that's still very good position for them. Watford, West Brom, and then you see Chelsea in at 14th, Newcastle and Villa 19th, 20th. You wouldn't have expected that to start the season.
Villa, maybe.
I still wouldn't have expected us to be bottom with only 5 points. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have expected us to be that bad down. It's the season of change.
Thing is that what was the result on the weekend for Villa?
3-2.
3-2.
We were better. We were better.
We were better, but this is the problem that Villa have faced since the moment the season kicked off, despite winning on the opening day. There's no one in that side that has experience. No one. Like, Scott Sinclair is not experienced enough for me in the Premier League.
There's no one in midfield or attack. I wouldn't say defensively. When you've got Michael Richards centre back, Lescott.
Okay, Michael Richards.
I'm not saying they're good enough, but they've got experience.
They've got some experience with lots like Alan Hutton and Philippe Sender.
Kieran Clark's been playing in the Premier League for 6-7 years now.
Yeah,
to be fair, it wasn't all that long ago that people were talking about Richards as the next England right back.
Yeah. No, I do agree with that. That's I think that's an exception in the Villa lineup. But
their defence is solid, at least on paper. But
just
the problem is that they're about as strong as paper.
Yeah. The defending on Saturday was it gets worse and worse. I mean that first goal for Igalo. Honest to God, I was watching the game and I was just like, clear it. No. Okay, let them score.
I must say Aston Villa did have a few experienced people up front and in the midfield. Joe Cole, he's currently on loan at Coventry.
On loan at Coventry, yeah.
And their former strikers Darren Bent and Andreas Weimann will have experience, but let go for free to
Derby.
Derby.
Yeah, I mean, there's one striker in particular that I know a lot of Villa fans are unhappy that he isn't playing in Libor Kozak. He came back from an ankle injury, missed the whole of last season, and in pre-season he banged in 7 goals in 4 games. And he was on fire. He hasn't played 1 minute of Premier League football this season.
Why?
Exactly, that's the question. And he might be... There were rumours when the loan window ended on last week that he was on his way to Blues, and all the Villa fans were like, why? We've got no one who can score a goal except for this guy who's sitting in the reserves. Tim Sherwood wouldn't play him, and Remy Gard's still not playing him. It's not making much sense. This is a guy we signed from Lazio who was a Europa League top scorer the season before.
Well, the problem is that they lost Benteke, and what they did then, instead of spending 15-20 million on a decent striker who can score them enough goals to at least partially make up for it, they've gone out and bought a load of people for 2 million, 3 million.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying there, Graham.
And then what they've done is they're thinking, well, we've paid this money for all of these players. We've got to keep we've got to keep trying. Hopefully they'll come good.
I see what you're saying there, Graham. But would a £20 million striker want to go to Villa? No. Like, that's the problem.
Maybe if you've got the type who wants to be the main man.
I think the problem is...
He wants to be the big man there, and they promise him, good money and guaranteed games, and if he does well, then 2-3 seasons down the line, he goes somewhere else.
I think relegation's too big a risk for any player like that at the moment. Because if they came in this season and we still went down, their career will never be as high as it was before he joined Villa, whoever it was.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem as well is the owner.
Oh yeah, the owner doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want it anymore.
Yeah, he's tried to sell the club, but no one wants to buy the club.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you want to pay these
I am going to win the lottery and buy Villa, I swear.
If anyway, we'll stop digging into Carl's team and
yeah, I can't take it anymore, guys. Come on. We'll move on to Arsenal. Arsenal were the side that we were meant to talk about in our Premier League roundup that we missed out there. And we've also got to speak about Diego Costa's big gate, of course. Arsenal had 3 injuries on Sunday against Norwich and ended up with 10 men because they'd used up all the substitutions. The question is, should Wenger have started Alexis Sanchez?
No.
Yes.
Sanchez picked up an injury.
No, you've got to choose now.
Sanchez picked up an injury in the Champions League, and Wenger knew he had a knock, but he still chose to start him. With all the injury problems Arsenal have already got, is that a wise move to risk your best player now?
I think because they lost the weekend before, didn't they, against West Brom?
They did, yeah.
Yeah. So they needed to
But
get a result at Norwich.
They beat Kiev on Tuesday, so they were back to winning ways.
That's not Premier League though.
I understand what you're
That's
saying.
impressive to beat Kiev when they're in a different group.
Not Kiev.
Zagreb.
Yeah.
Oh, how embarrassing.
I hope we don't have any Croatian or Ukrainian fans.
I apologise.
Because if we did, then we don't.
But I mean, not only that, you had Cazorla go off, who's also a huge player for them. Koscielny at the centre back went off.
He's their best defender in my opinion as well.
I mean, it's left them in a position where I believe, they've got 9 first-team players out at the moment. We've mentioned over the last few weeks, well, Matt Tye certainly has, about the Arsenal dressing room injury curse that's been going on. And it's backing you up now, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yep.
So Arsenal's title race is over then.
No.
Arsenal's title race was over before the season started. I'm sorry, but they just don't have the strength, like the mental strength for it. They're good enough. If it's just on paper, they can win it easily.
I don't even think it's about mental strength anymore. I think it's physical strength by the looks of it.
Their physio room must be massive.
Can you imagine the amount of staff that they have working there?
When they built the Emirates Stadium.
Good, you're getting everything wrong today.
Yeah.
When they built the Emirates Stadium, do you reckon Wenger went, I understand the dressing room's got to be this big, but can we get some extra money in to double the size of the physio room? Because this is a problem Arsenal have had for about 10 years.
Maybe that's where their trophy room is. It's now the physio table.
Some stadiums have underfloor heating. They have underfloor physio rooms.
The only award they've got in their cabinet at the moment is probably the Guinness Book of World Records of how many injuries they've got.
Someone shared a joke on Facebook to me. It's like, it just listed off all the Arsenal players. It's like, professional hospital patient whose career has been blighted by football.
We'll move on to Chelsea and we'll move on to Bib Gates. I know you two in the studio are chomping at the bit
I'll say pleased with the
talk
result.
about this. Oh yeah, the result isn't a bad one, I'd say.
Against Tottenham, unbeaten.
Tottenham away, yeah. But at the same time, Tottenham had that 2,500-mile trip, so they were there for the taking, if anything, this week. If there was a time you wanted to play Tottenham away, it was probably last Sunday.
Yeah, I'd agree with that to an extent. I think, though, that they've had a few games in that time anyway where they've been travelling back and forth, yet they're still unbeaten.
No,
so for me, it doesn't mean much.
It's really impressive from Mauricio Pochettino and Tottenham.
Very underrated manager.
Yeah, definitely. What do you guys make of Diego Costa?
Well,
and I'm not talking about all his past problems.
Can I do a dissertation on this?
Is it just me, or are the media and probably us now talking about it, hyping it up to be a lot more than it actually is?
There's nothing going on. But
it's just a temper tantrum off the bench. I mean, Robbie Keane used to do it all the time. Every time he was dragged off the pitch, he'd kick off. I know he chucked a bib at Jose Mourinho.
He took his bib off and it went in the general direction of Mourinho.
Such, yeah.
I just think Diego Costa, he's very passionate about his football, and if he doesn't get played, he's just going to get a bit annoyed about it.
I think with Costa, I wouldn't say he's very passionate about football. I'd say he's very passionate about winning.
Yeah,
it's probably a better way.
He's a winner. He doesn't want to just win. He wants to be the one that wins it.
But the problem
is, to be the one that gets out there and scores the goal. And then when you combine that they're having a bad season, and then go warm up, Diego. You're going on the pitch. No, sorry, sit back down, you angry man.
The thing is, people were Ruud Gullit wrote an article and saying Diego Costa could only react positively to being dropped because Eden Hazard got publicly criticised pre-game, with Mourinho saying, I don't think he can fulfil the role of a number 10. And Hazard probably played one of his best games of the season. That is what Diego Costa's got to do. He's got to dust himself down and go out. One of the reasons why Mourinho didn't put him on in the end is because Costa refused to warm up in pre-game. He's like, when all the starting 11 and subs went to warm up, Costa said no.
I think everyone probably agrees here that Costa deserved to be dropped to the bench for his
He
fourth
did,
season.
but all this talk all over the season about Costa possibly leaving at the end of the season, like a big money move back to La Liga. In my opinion, we get rid of him, we're getting rid of one of the best strikers in Europe still.
Oh yeah,
Because
Yeah, but at the same time, if it comes with all that baggage, if it comes with all
True,
these anger problems, you know, if he's going to wind up missing one game in every 4, or if this season he's just not playing well, they might just be tempted to think, why not go get a Mandzukic or...
I do see what you're saying there, but didn't like Mario Balotelli was the same.
Get Lewandowski.
Like Mario Balotelli was the same to an extent.
Only 150.
With Diego Costa, we've got a striker that we haven't had since Didier Drogba, like at his prime. So we need someone like that up front.
I don't think Abramovich or any of the Chelsea board are really worried about any players having behavioural problems when they've got Jose Mourinho in charge.
Yeah.
You are going to get FA
I'll tell you
warnings,
what.
aren't you?
Although he's not been too bad recently.
No, he's
calmed it down a
yeah,
little
but that's
bit.
because.
I think it's because he can't find an excuse as to why Chelsea are losing.
But literally,
Because we haven't lost.
You know his wife is literally there after the 90 minutes. He's a little bit annoyed and everything. His wife is there on Skype going, "Shut that up."
Well, we're probably at this point, the FA is just direct debiting 50 grand out of his account.
They send him an email every now and then. Your tax is going up, by the way, on this.
Do you reckon they'll set up a standing order with Mourinho? Just like every Thursday. We'll move on from Chelsea because we could probably talk about it all episode. We'll talk about the Championship club with the financial problems that are, as of recording, losing at the moment. Bolton Wanderers. They're losing to Brentford on the Monday night game, because obviously we're recording on a Monday night. And they haven't paid
a single
any
player
in November.
God. It just reminds me of Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Like,
They're doing the Rangers.
They're doing the Rangers as
but
well.
it is a severe drop when you think of 10 years ago they were in the UEFA Cup, as it was called then. Sam Allardyce, Kevin Nolan,
Gary
Stelios.
Speed.
Gary
Speed as well.
JJ Kocher.
JJ Kocher, so good at
Nicholas
naming
Anelka. Yeah, Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah, a few years later they did. Gary Cahill. And now all of a sudden, I mean, they have a good manager with Neil Lennon. 2 years ago he was being touted as one of the best managers in Britain.
Mm-hmm. Well, because of what he done against Barcelona as well.
Yeah, now he's struggling bottom of the league with Bolton Wanderers heading to the League One at this point.
Yeah.
But they've got star strikers. They've got Shola Amiobi, and not even on the bench today, but Emil Heskey is there as well.
And Idigood Johnson.
No, they released him.
Oh,
They released him.
he's not good enough for the OAP club at Bolton.
But it's still disgusting.
That's just a sign of the times, though, isn't it? Like, that's just a sign of how broke they really are, that the star strikers are Amiobi and Heskey.
They are at the minute £172.9 million in debt.
Can I check my student loan account? Like, and just get
It wouldn't touch the sides, would it? Let's be honest.
The sad thing is that when you look at that, that's obviously a lot of money. But
Really?
well, yeah. But then when you look at a club like United or pretty much any professional football club in a top league, they're 2, 3, 4 times more in debt.
Yeah, to be fair,
And it's not an issue. Whereas for Bolton, because they just couldn't get back up fast enough, they've lost parachute payments. It's gone.
It shows a huge difference between the Championship and the Premier League.
yeah.
Because the problem's not playing quality anymore.
No.
Because any team can beat any team.
It's who you sign in the Championship, to be honest. If you make a top quality signing, you'll find yourself where Brighton are now, unbeaten.
Look at Southampton. Look at how far below they were. They were in League 2 not that long ago. Now they're 10th in the Premier League, consistently doing well in the Premier League for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I'd say it sounds about right.
Where do you... I mean, they are in this debt now, and they've 4 points adrift at the bottom, won only one of their 17 league games so far this season. I thought it was bad being a Villa fan. I'd hate to be a Bolton Wanderers fan this so far. League One coming. Can they turn it around?
No, I want to face them in the playoff final next year.
behave like Southend are going to get to playoff final.
Excuse me, hang on.
To be fair, to be
fair, 8th in the league.
No, I don't
Like,
mean
get
that.
in.
At this point, the odds of Bolton Wanderers being in the playoff final next year are very, very slim. They'll be in League Two by the time that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
And they could be with the other money loss club of Northampton.
Oh, Northampton, yes.
Although, having said that, they had a winding up order against them. They cancelled it.
I don't know why they'd want to make them angry.
Because they finally got an owner.
Yeah, they paid off the money that they had. So Northampton are okay at the moment, I guess. I mean, they still suck, but...
On the last note on Bolton, as we said, they are losing by a goal to nil at home to Brentford, which is a disappointing one.
Are you just trying to rub that in their faces?
No, I'm
By
not.
the way, you
I'm
are
not.
losing.
I'm
Not
not.
only are you broke, but you're losing too.
We will give a full time on that if we're still recording.
Just
by
to
the time.
clarify that they are losing.
Yeah, just to clarify that they've lost. And while we are in the Football League, I did want to just mention the huge news really in League One that came out tonight. Brentford are winning now, as you say. Sorry, Bolton fans. They've appointed a new manager this evening and have taken Dean Smith away from Walsall, which is a hell of
Really?
a good managerial
Wow.
position for him.
Walsall were doing really well.
Well,
in
yeah,
League
Walsall
One,
are in
so-
fourth in the league at the minute,
Yeah.
and they were doing it, and it's gonna hit them hard. To be honest, it's gonna hit
Yeah.
Walsall hard.
Oh yeah, because he's been like the infrastructure of how well they've done.
What's
You
amazing
see a
about it
massive
is
drop now.
he was actually the fourth longest serving manager in English football. Obviously, you got
Isn't-
Wenger top, Exeter's Paul Tisdale in second, MK Dons Cole Robinson in third, and then there was Smith in fourth. He'd been at Walsall since 2011, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah,
See,
January 2011.
Sums up football these days. 4 years is a long time.
It does, yeah, it does.
Don't worry, Phil
Look
Brown
at,
will be on that
Brentford's
list
last
soon.
manager, Brentford's last manager, Dijkhuizen, was there for 8 games and then they sacked him.
Yeah.
Who was that?
So 4 years, yeah, that's a long time.
Who was that manager? This was like 2004-05, I think it was, and it was a Tottenham manager. He was there for like a week, something like that. I remember.
Oh,
I can't remember his name, but here's a question for anyone
Quiz
listening.
question, yeah.
No, don't look him up. Is this a question for anyone listening? Put a comment down if you know the manager we're talking about. 2004-05, around that time.
That's gonna really bug
that's
me.
going to bug me.
Yeah. We can look afterwards, but not on the show. You cannot
Really,
say.
really
And Graham, that
Because
includes you as well.
wasn't there a manager as well for like one of the lower league clubs who literally lasted 48 minutes?
There was
Yes,
actually.
there
a
was.
league.
Wasn't it Torquay?
No. It was one of the top half clubs in League Two,
at the
but
time.
not
At the
at the
time.
time. But I can't think who it was.
Because he was there and then got sacked within an hour.
I must say I hate you
What-
for getting that in my head.
What
and not
happened?
knowing who it is.
What happened? Like he signed the contract and they realised he hadn't had the CRB check. He was like, "Oh yeah, nah, we better sack him."
He doesn't have his UEFA B licence.
Not allowed to work with kids. We wanted to also speak about a managerial uprising, I suppose, that's about to happen in Spain.
Brendan Rodgers. Oh,
Brendan
sorry.
Rodgers.
Good lord.
Graham, by the way, we made last week a button for Brendan Rodgers for every time he's about to be mentioned. There is a Brendan Rodgers call that will happen.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers.
No, Valencia was where I was going. They obviously we know Phil Neville's on the coaching staff there, and it looks like he may be going up a level from a coaching staff.
Because Nuno Espirito Santo has stepped down after they lost to Seville in the weekend, and Phil Neville and the other guy Voro,
Great name.
great name Voro. Obviously there was copyright issues with Zorro, but they are now taking temporary charge of Valencia.
I'd love to have a name where it's just 4 letters. It'd be so
How
much
would you
easier.
feel if you were like a
Matt.
Valencia?
There we go.
Familiar.
Kyle is 4
Like
letters.
if
I meant the whole name.
if you
He's
was
probably
a
not just no called Voro.
if you was a Valencia player and you heard Phil Neville's going to be your interim manager, in my opinion, I think Soldalo's playing for him, isn't he?
No, Alvaro Negredo.
Yeah.
Okay, well, any Valencia player, I'd just be there, like, take my strip and stuff. I'm going to sign for someone else. See you later.
Phil Neville's got some coaching experience.
No, he's terrible, and he's a terrible commentator.
He was first team coach at Everton, first team coach at Man United. Now at Valencia, he's got to have learnt some stuff.
Yeah.
At one
you don't
point,
just get these jobs if you can't do it.
At one point, he was being touted for the England under 21 jobs as well.
You say that, Graham. You don't get these jobs if you can't do it. What about Steve McLaren?
What about Jose Mourinho this season?
Also, there was a managerial appointment in Azerbaijan a few years ago off a football manager resume. So, yes, you can get those jobs just like that. Come on, Northwich, Victoria. On the Wikipedia page for Valencia at the moment.
For Valencia and Phil Neville, it is sort of been confirmed that he is their interim manager.
So it looks like that's it looks like that's going to happen. We should go to predictions because there's 4 of us now, so this is going to take a lot longer because we know how Graham likes to talk.
I've not swan too much, though.
No, you've been very good, very good.
Get in there.
This week there is the Capital One Cup. Capital One Cup. As much as Matt Thowney is not trying to bring attention to it so he doesn't have to work, there is the Capital One Cup.
Have you seen my pub? I don't want to work.
Oh, if your manager is listening to you right now.
This is on YouTube.
Oh, good. There's some Belgian football on this weekend.
Talk us through this, Graham. This Belgian football. I want to hear your expert analysis.
Is it like watching paint dry?
Oh, I don't want to say anything because there might be Belgian people listening and they might live near me.
I am going to tag Belgium.
I found Voro's real name.
Every club as well.
I found
There's
Voro.
only one of these clubs that I actually know, although I know where the other places are. There's Standard Liège are playing against Varsland Beveren.
Who?
Who are they?
Who are they?
A team from Belgium.
Are they the Accrington Stanley of Belgium?
I think so.
But it works.
Get in there.
And then there's Mechelen versus...
Necking on. Did you say necking on?
Mechelen.
What?
Mechelen.
Yes.
Versus Mousecron Perrols?
Have you got Tourette's or something?
Sounds like Disney just shouted, Mouse! Mickles! Way!
Right, we will move on to the League Cup before we say anything that will get us in trouble. On Tuesday, it's there are 3 games on Tuesday, 1 game on Wednesday because Sky and TV rights and all of that. We'll start the Etihad. Manchester City versus Hull City.
Ooh.
Big game. Curtis Davies on the Football League show on Saturday night was saying, really looking forward to this game. I think we've got a chance of winning. Yeah. Matt Thowney.
Hull are doing quite well in the league, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not doing badly.
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-0 City. Man City, that is, by the way.
You know what? Because there are 4 of us, we are going to get this down. We are going to take note of these predictions once.
You're doing that, right?
Once Microsoft Word loads up. Then it'll be good.
While we're waiting for that to load, I found Voro's real name. Salvador Gonzalez Marco.
What's wrong with that name? That's a nice... It's not like, like Kakas or Robinho's where it's like 9,000 different words.
How can you say that? They've looked at that kid and thought, he is this. He is this name.
But so did your mum.
Apparently my mum's not my mum. Apparently she found me in a gooseberry bush. And then my dad said that, and they're not in the same room, which was even worse.
I bet they wish that was true.
I think it might be.
So Thowney's adopted.
Wait, what?
We've lost Microsoft Word.
We've lost Microsoft Word.
Trying to fill in the gap with my abuse, and now we haven't even got it.
It works. If it works.
It works.
We'll go with Matt Tye's prediction, as he will speak about Hull City.
Hull City. All right. Well, Hull are doing well, and as Matt rightly said, they're doing well. They're currently second in the Championship after some good performances, but too many draws have hampered their start to the season. But I reckon City will just have too much firepower to them, so I'm going 2-1 Manchester City.
2-0 City, 2-1 City. And then Graham Eyre.
City is still way too good for Hull, so 3-0.
Fair play.
It's my prediction now, isn't it? Oh.
Yep.
6-0.
City have got to win it, haven't they?
Mm.
Let's be honest. It'd be a huge upset if Hull City actually get a win. I mean, I know they had a good run to the FA Cup final a few years ago, but so did Villa last season.
But this is City.
I'm going to go 4-0 Manchester City because
Sorry.
You have to one-up everyone else.
I do have to one-up everyone else, Graham. You know this. Did you not hear my 6-0 Villa prediction last week?
Right, in the other games on Tuesday, we've got Middlesbrough versus Everton. Middlesbrough have knocked out top flight teams before, most memorably last season against actually going to City and winning.
And it's at the Riverside. So, Matt Thowney.
I'm going to go, despite Everton's decent form at the moment, like they're scoring goals and everything, I'm going to go 1-0 Middlesbrough.
Calling for an upset.
Yeah.
Matt Tye.
I'm being really pedantic. I've gone 1-0, Borough to win on penalties.
Oh,
You think it's going to go that far?
I hate you for making me write all this.
Right, hang on, right, how many penalties? Right.
6-5.
The
Graham.
deciding one will go over the bar.
If this happens, we're done. We're just done.
Can I drop the mic?
2-1 to Everton.
2-1 to Everton.
Yeah.
That's more realistic. I'm going to go... I mean, Everton are in pretty decent form. Ish. I mean, they dropped the 2 points, I suppose, against Bournemouth. But they will beat Borough. I'm feeling it. They will beat Borough. 2-0.
You said that about Villa, though. You're feeling
That
it.
that was more hope. That was my heart, not my brain. In the last Tuesday game, it's at the Britannia. Stoke, who dumped out Chelsea, Graham. Did you hear about that? They dumped out Chelsea.
I did hear
as
about that.
these two guys know.
I loved watching Stoke dump out Chelsea.
They face Sheffield Wednesday at the Britannia.
Ooh.
Sheffield Wednesday, he also knocked out Arsenal.
Sheffield Wednesday did knock out Arsenal. There's no Arsenal fans here, though, to mock. So.
Yeah, but there's bound to be someone listening who's a sports and Arsenal fan.
Yes.
There is at least one fan. Well, the Emirates is pretty empty and quiet, but there is someone.
Matt Thowney.
Is that the Britannia? I think I'm going to go...
That sounded promising.
I think I'm going to go 4-2 Stoke.
Goals, goals, goals!
Oh, don't.
No.
Just don't. Matt Tye even.
1-0 Stoke.
Graham.
I forgot who was played.
Stoke, Sheffield. Sheffield, you know you're...
Well, I hate Wednesday, so, 3-0 Stoke.
To be fair to Graham, I'm pretty sure it's late over there in Belgium at the moment.
Yeah, it's 10:05.
Sorry, Grandad. I'm gonna go 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday.
Ooh.
Because I like being different than you guys. And in the final one, it's probably the biggest one of the lot actually. Southampton at home to Liverpool.
On Wednesday.
The
all
Premier
Brendan
League
Rodgers ex-derby.
When was Brendan Rodgers at Southampton?
Southampton?
That's what it was.
Tony, what have you been smoking?
Because that's what everyone says at my pub. That's in their opinion, the derby because of the amount of plays he took.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, this is the Ricky Lambert derby. This is the day.
Even though he's not there anymore, he's at West Brom.
He will always be there in spirit. I'm sure he'd actually.
Nathaniel Klein.
Liverpool, West
The
Brom.
Nathaniel Klein derby.
Adam the Llama.
I'm pretty sure Ricky Lambert was only ever at Liverpool in spirit anyway.
Matt Thowney.
I'm going to go 2-1 Saints.
That's because he works in a pub full of Saints fans and he will get killed if he goes.
No, I think home form will play its part, but yes, it is partially that as well.
Matt Tye.
I'm going to go, as painful as this is bloody to say, 2-1 Liverpool. I feel like I've died a bit inside.
Graham Eyre.
1-0 Saints.
I'm going to go 3-2 Liverpool. because I think there will be these goals.
Goals.
And that's the end of the Capital One Cup ties in a way, because we say we're down to the last 4 ties in a way.
And on to the Premier League. The early.
Before we do that, I just wanted to get everyone's predictions at this point now with 4 ties left. Who's the winner?
Are we going same?
Yeah, we can go the same round.
Okay. So we've got. Hang on. We got. Can you name the teams out? Sorry.
Man City, Hull City, Middlesbrough, Everton, Stoke City, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, and Liverpool.
I have a feeling, just for some reason, that it's going to be either Stoke or Saints, and I'm going to go Saints, because I just have a feeling that Liverpool may be having a good season now, but I have a feeling they'll slip up in the cup, like I said, and Saints will go on. I don't think City will. I don't think so.
I'm going to go for full underdog history. I'm going to go Middlesbrough.
That'd be brilliant. Just brilliant. Graham?
I'm going to say Everton.
Oh,
damn you!
That's a good shout.
Everton a dark horse, I suppose.
Yeah.
I personally...
Dark horse.
Sorry?
Everton are always a dark horse. I'm tired of them being a dark horse. I just want them to win something.
I'm going to go... I think it'll be City in the final against the winner of Saints Liverpool. I can't... Whoever wins that Saints Liverpool one is my prediction.
Well, you've put down Liverpool, so go with that.
So I'm going to go with Liverpool.
I think, can we just clarify something here? Graham just said he's fed up of Everton being a dark horse and not winning anything. He's a Man United fan.
Yeah, but I like Everton. I think they're a good team.
Yeah, but how are you not washing out your mouth right now? That's a Merseyside team.
Because they're not Liverpool.
That's true, yeah.
And to be fair, Graham, you've got to say you took Everton's best manager away from them, so...
Are you sure? We can have him back if we want.
He's not doing anything at the moment.
No, he's not.
He's a freelancer.
He's a freelance.
He's getting all sunned up in Spain.
Do you blame him?
No.
To the Premier League on Saturday.
And the early kick-off is 2 of the cup teams we just mentioned. It's Stoke City hosting Manchester City at 12:45.
Everyone remembers Peter Crouch's superb volley a few years ago.
2012, wasn't it?
Few years, yeah.
2011,
like 2012. That was the last time this game really gave any memories, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's so depressing to say.
When you're away to Stoke, there's not a great deal you can do.
Half of the fans are there. I was just there like, oh, this chair's got gum on it. This is disgusting.
The one thing I'm worrying about is the the conditions really to play in on Saturday, because weather's taking a turn now as we head into December. And
being Stoke, it will rain.
The Britannia Stadium's the one stadium in England that even if it's not windy, those corner flags will still be flapping. Do you know what I mean? So
it's like there's not a breeze in the house, but the Stoic fans are there like...
Yeah. So I wonder what the condition will be like and whether the City superstars...
Wait, are you asking each of us to do a prediction? And
no, I'm not asking you to be weathermen. No. We know your predictions aren't very good anyway.
Tornado in Stoke.
Matt Thowney, score prediction.
Okay, I'm going to go... Oh, blimey. 1-1.
Oh.
Matt's high.
I've also gone 1-0.
Come on,
Graham Eyre.
City's defence are shambles at the moment.
1-0 to City with a high-pressure front moving in from the north-east.
I'm going to go 3-0 City because...
Really?
Yeah.
They don't really ship many goals at home. You realise that?
Stoke, yeah, but Stoke, you don't know who's going to turn up for Stoke. If it's the side that can play well...
Arnautovic.
I'm not on about... Oh my word.
Glenn Johnson's tipped for another England call-up.
He is tipped for another England call-up.
Good Lord.
Knowing England, they will probably give him it, which is a hell of a shame.
Kyle Walker if we're really lucky.
Yeah. In the 3 o'clock kickoffs at the Emirates, it's quite a big game actually. Arsenal versus Sunderland. Sunderland looking to keep up that run of
a third win in a row for the first time in what seems like forever.
Yeah, and Arsenal have got all these...
It would be since they went on the Great Escape with Gus Poyet, would you say?
Yeah,
no,
2 years ago.
They did a couple of draws and then they didn't string together 3 wins. They did a win, draw, win, draw.
Can Big Sam break the record, and can he beat an injury-depleted Arsenal?
No.
Right, moving on to for just Arsenal.
If it's
Arsenal Sunderland is just no in the column.
Matt Thowney.
I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. Giroud brace. Write that down.
Giroud brace. I'm going to go for 3-1 Arsenal. Jermaine Defoe to get a solitary constellation goal.
Constellation.
Yeah, they're going to need to be wishing on their stars, mate.
Defoe really is out of this world, to be fair. So
For something he is.
Graham Eyre.
I'm going to say 4-0 Arsenal.
I like being different, but not only do I want Arsenal to win, because Sunderland are a rival for Villa now.
But the goal difference.
The goal difference, yeah. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
Where's that goal difference?
I'm going with my head this week. I want to get some predictions right. In our next game...
The most boring game in the world, Man United
really
versus West Ham.
Manchester
Oh dear.
I think we should start with Graham. Or will that confuse your predictions?
No.
It will confuse the predictions.
Stick to the same. I think is it at Old Trafford?
It's at Old Trafford.
So 1-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 United.
That's a few goals for United, isn't it?
I'm going 1-0.
2 whole goals.
Yeah.
I'm going 1-0.
Own goals though. Don't be stupid.
You're going, sorry?
1-0.
1-1.
1-0.
Graham?
I'm going to say 1-0 to United, like 80th minute tap in or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to back that up actually. 1-0. It'll be a... It won't
The
be
most
Rooney.
boring
It won't
goal
be
you've
Rooney.
ever seen.
It won't be
It'll be a
Martial.
sideways pass that'll go somehow into the back of the
Chris
net.
Smalling. Chris Smalling from a corner. Right, the next game is the Mighty Saints are at home to really struggling Aston Villa.
God.
Well, that's a battering right there.
Are we expecting a cricket score at St Mary's?
See, as everyone knows, well, as most people that's listened to any of this podcast knows, we are Southampton based. And I was thinking about getting tickets in the away end for this game.
Then you saw what happened last time.
And then I didn't think about it because I do not want to be in that ground. I genuinely can see 6-1 happening again. I'm not going to predict it, but I can see it happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Matt Thowney.
Oh, that'd make me very happy.
I'm going to go 2-0 Saints.
I had to get one in, didn't I? Matt Tye?
4-0 Saints.
Go on, double it, Graham.
She got 6-0.
Oh yeah, just 8-0 to say. 3-0.
Oh,
That's a bit better.
We seem to have lost Graham Eyre on Sky. I'm going to go...
he's going to hurt no matter what he says. Because if he says Villa win, he's lying to himself. If he says a draw, it's not going to happen.
I'm going to go 1-1. Let's be hopeful, yet also slightly 0.1% realistic. So
Okay, struggling Swansea host second place Leicester in the next game.
That's actually a pretty interesting game in its own right. Jamie Vardy might break the record. He's already broken.
He might break his own record.
No, he's already broken the Premier League record for most consecutive goals scored.
It's the top
flight
Top flight
record.
record.
No, isn't it 12 goals consecutive in consecutive
12
games
games
is the record, so he'll equal it.
Well, yeah, he would equal the top flight record, which goes all the way back to the early 1900s. It goes all the way back.
Yeah, they mentioned it, didn't they, on Match of the Day?
I believe it was a Preston North End striker.
Well,
That'd be before the...
because
late
they were the
1800s.
first Invincibles when the Football Association.
Yeah, I believe
first
it was
grew
that
up.
sort of time. I could be wrong. Don't.
Well, that would
quote
be
me.
impressive considering there was like 6 teams in it. So
Yeah. I mean, Jamie Vardy.
even back then,
could-
Aston Villa were crap.
Hey, we were quite good then. We won the record for the most amount of FA Cups at that time.
Yes, because there was
What?
you and 4 other teams.
What happened?
Metropolitan Police were a tough competition. Swansea, Leicester, Matt Thowney.
I'm going to go for 2-1 Leicester. Jamie Vardy scores a brace.
You like your braces today,
Yes,
don't you?
mate.
Matt Tye?
I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2.
But the way he wants to
2-2
play.
there. Graham Eyre?
I'm going to say 1-0 Swansea.
Oh, Jamie Vardy's not having a party.
Gary Monk will be happy though.
Yeah, I just have to be careful not to chat too much.
Yeah. Where everyone knows that you do not want to lie to Jamie Vardy because you will get
Hit.
violently assaulted.
If you chat rubbish.
I'm going to go 3-0 Leicester because Swansea need to lose again.
In the battle of two of the
Sided.
teams that came up, it is Watford hosting Norwich.
And
Interesting one.
the award to last on Match of the Day goes to...
Man United, West Ham.
yeah, fair point actually. Matt Thowney.
I'm going to go 1-0 Igalo.
Own goal? Or...
Oh, goal, yeah. Are we going?
Oh, sorry,
we
1-0
go Watford. Yeah?
1-0 Watford, yeah. But he got Igalo to score the winner.
Okay, Matt Tye.
For a minute there, it looked like you just wrote 10. You forgot the colon. There's been 10 goals at Norwich. I'm going to go 2-1 Watford.
Graham Eyre.
I'm going to say 1-0 Norwich.
You just really like to be different, don't you? I'm going to go... See, Troy Deeney... I have a hatred for Troy Deeney right now. Because not only did he score the winner, not only did he celebrate brilliantly...
Is he also a boyhood Birmingham fan?
Yes, he supports that team. He doesn't have much taste in his footballing abilities or his fashion sense because obviously he wears those shirts, if that's what they call them. I'm going to go 2-0 Norwich for that reason only.
And in the last of the 3 o'clockers, it is West Bromwich Albion versus Tottenham.
Tootingham,
yes. Oh, God. West Brom versus Tottenham is actually a weird one to call, really, I suppose. West Brom beat Arsenal, got a decent point at Upton Park. It's not a bad point to get.
West Brom are weirdly in form.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's the Ricky Lambert effect.
Oh, no. But what's going to be interesting, actually, is this is probably... Well, next season we will call this game the Sido Berahino Derby, maybe. It's going to be interesting to see him line up against who in his mind, he probably should have been playing with this season.
Yes, alongside Harry Kane.
And they are good friends for the England under 21 setup as well, so it's going to be interesting to look at. Matt Thowney, score predictions.
I'm going to go 1-0.
Playing it safe on the fence.
2-1 Tottenham. Again, painful.
Graham?
I'm going to say 2-0 Tottenham.
I'm going to go 2-all.
What was that? I was going to go...
I was thinking. I don't like thinking.
And in the last game on Saturday at the 5:30 kickoff, it is Chelsea versus Bournemouth in a relegation 6-point.
Come on, Bournemouth.
Relegation 6-pointer.
Yep.
That's a strange thing to be hearing when it comes to Chelsea.
I should not.
God, I love it.
I really shouldn't watch Soccer AM as much as I do because I've written ball mouth.
But we all know what you mean.
We all know. Matt Thowney.
It's at Stamford Bridge.
Is that Stamford Bridge?
Yeah. Okay. I'm
So
going to...
that probably makes Bournemouth favourites, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. 3 games unbeaten now in all competitions. I think we'll start putting on the start. We'll not put on the start, but start stringing together a few good results.
Yeah, Chelsea title survival 2015-16, yeah? Starts here.
Yes. Sorted.
Matt Tye?
I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea.
Confident.
It's the same sort of distance between his prediction and my prediction, 2 goals.
I know, but it's the confidence in the Chelsea fans that's quite annoying, really. I was enjoying Chelsea not playing well in it. Not particularly you guys, but a lot of Chelsea fans online.
I don't lie, you liked us suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a team worse than Villa for a bit.
Yeah. I like being joint in pain. You know that, guys. Graham?
I'm going to say 0-0.
Well, aren't you a bag of laughs?
Not my fault they're as dull as dishwater.
I don't know what the water's like in Belgium.
Pretty bad.
I'm going to go 2-2 again. Because I just want to see goals. That's
In the only Sunday Premier League game, we have got what could be an absolute spanking. Newcastle versus Liverpool.
Oh.
First of all, can we do a prediction on how long until Newcastle walk out?
Yeah.
And then the score?
Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Matt Thowney, prediction 1.
Walk out.
Walk out. Okay then. 63rd minute.
Oh!
Is this going to be like one of those raffles you get in pubs?
Yep.
I'm actually writing it down. I'm not going to write it down.
Or we could do 60 to 65.
60
like,
65.
Yeah.
All right. Matt's gone 60 to 65th minute.
Okay, why not?
I will go 66 to 70 minutes.
66.
Well, yeah, because he's got 65, so I'll go afterwards. Maths is not your strong point, is it?
But what you've got to think now, Matt Thowney has a minute more than you.
No, but as soon as it's past the 65th minute, so it's like 65 minutes and then like 10 seconds. That's count on FIFA as the 66th minute, isn't it?
Yes.
So there you go, 66.
It's also in regular football as well.
Yeah, but you didn't understand that though.
No, I got what you meant. Graham Eyre.
I think it'll be in the first half.
There's 45 minutes for you to pick from.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
First minute.
10.
I reckon 30th to 35th.
30 to 35th. Oh God.
They're going to get an absolute battering.
I'm going to go 70 to 75.
No, but I've got 70. You'll have to go 71, won't you?
70 and 30 seconds.
Right, score prediction.
Score prediction, Matt Thowney.
Okay, 1-0 Newcastle, I'm joking.
We have
they all have a walkout, but then they
we
do
have
win.
to take the first
No. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
I'd already written naught something ready for the spanking. Matt Tye.
5-0 Liverpool.
Yes, that's more like it. Graham.
I'm going to say 6-0, 3 of them in first half.
That's what causes the walkout.
I'm actually going to go 2-1. It's going to be a tighter game than we think, to be fair. I would expect.
But once the penalty goes in from Liverpool, everyone starts walking out.
Yeah, it could very well could happen.
And last prediction is the
5th minute.
last prediction is the Monday Night Football, Everton versus Crystal Palace.
That could be a hell of a game, actually, for a neutral. Two very attacking sides who are in a decent run of form, goal scoring at least, especially Everton.
Yeah, I do agree.
And it's a Goodison.
Yeah.
Sky have done well there.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
give them that.
they've definitely done well. It's going to be a cracking game, I think.
Matt Thowney.
0-0.
I think as always, we must take your first answer.
I think they'll cancel each other out.
You reckon?
Personally, yeah.
Okay.
So that's legitimate 0-0.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, this prediction, because obviously we usually record on a Monday night now, we will be watching the game more or less as we're recording next week, so we'll find out.
Can I change halfway through the game?
No.
They've scored. Oh, can I change it now?
As soon as a goal comes in, you're just like, oh. It's like Super 6. As soon as that one goal goes in, it's like, right, that's it. Everything's over now. Don't care.
Yeah, Matt Thowney knows.
Matt Thowney knows about losing.
Have that as a button. Brendan Rodgers, Matt Thowney knows.
Last week we must have created a we don't condone betting because the number of times we've said that.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, we don't.
So we don't condone betting.
Matt Tye.
2-2.
More goals.
A few goals, but like Matt said, nothing really to separate.
Graham.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2-2.
We agree.
I'm going to go 4-3 Palace.
Goals!
I know you said they're going to cancel each other out, but as much as both sides are good attacking wise, they're not very great at the back either.
True, but
So
you know,
I'm feeling goals, and we are happy to announce just before we go off air that
Bolton have equalised.
Bolton have equalised. Well, they equalised about 20 minutes ago.
But they are still like £200 million in debt.
just to clarify,
there's about 10 minutes to go, and that
Yeah.
will be including injury time because there's always at least 2 minutes of injury time. 82 minutes played. Bolton 1, Brentford 1.
Yeah, and we wanted to stick to about an hour. That's what we've been doing so far this season. We've been doing really well. Graham Eyre's come back in. We didn't.
15 minutes over.
Well, no, we're 5 minutes over.
That's
Yeah.
not bad for us, to be fair.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Well, how about we turn off now so we can actually say yeah.
Good plan.
Bye.
That's much better than the old stuff.
It's a pleasure to have Graham Eyre with us. We hope that you will be joining us soon again. Fingers crossed, if it all works out well. Hopefully we'll get Stuart as well on, and Mark, and hopefully next week might be the day we get our new member of the team on the podcast, as David hopefully will be joining us next week. Fingers crossed. So from me and the two Matts in the studio and Graham on Skype, we hope you'll join us next week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.